We're back here on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, the Jersey. We broadcast through the Princeton Orthopedic Associates studios, and we're outside of Arm & Hammer Park getting ready for the Trenton Thunder game, which you could listen to tonight right here on Fox Sports 920, the Jersey. Now joining us, someone that is having a very good year in the minor leagues is Nick Solak. Through his year and a half in the minors, batting .311, 15 home runs, and 76 RBIs, the Yankees' second-round draft pick from a year ago, and he's kind enough to join us on set right now. Nick, appreciate a few minutes. Thanks for the time, and how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
How has life been so far in Trenton, 20 games in for you?
It's been good. I got called up here the beginning of August, and luckily Zach Zahner had a couple spots open, so me and Jeff Hendricks, came up here the same day, moved in with Zach, and it was a pretty good situation to get into and start playing.
You got some time last year, but being your first full minor league season, how do you evaluate your performance so far?
I think I've done well. I've had a lot of fun this year, played for some really good teams, being down in Tampa and clinching the first half. And I know they're playing really well down there right now too. And then coming up here and, playing for a team that's been one of the best, if not the best, in minor league baseball this year has been a lot of fun.
Has there been an adjustment period for you? The stats don't indicate it. Stats look like you've been adjusting just fine. But from college to the minor leagues, what's been the biggest adjustment period for you?
Yeah, I think, anytime you change levels, whether it's from college to short season or short season to Tampa and Tampa to Trenton, I think you're going to have to make adjustments. And usually it's, for me, I've found that it's facing better pitching on a consistent basis. Starters that are more consistent, better bullpen arms that teams run out, and then just the speed of the game. You're always working to try and slow the game down, but as you move up levels, it speeds up a little bit. So the ability to try and slow the game down when you move up to a new level.
What do you attribute the success from a power standpoint? Where did that come from?
This year I've just stuck to the same approach I've always used. Maybe caught a couple extra balls, squared them up pretty good. But just sticking to my approach and putting good swings on it, and luckily a couple more have gone out this year.
And you see it with a kid in the Phillies organization who was in this chair earlier this year, Scott Kingery. He's just had that power as well that just has come out of nowhere. Very Dustin Pedroia-esque from his MVP season.
Yeah, you're just stepping in the box, trying to find a good pitch to hit, put a good swing on it, and hope that some of them go over the fence.
Now, you grew up a White Sox fan, is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Why not be a Cubs fan growing up as a kid?
My parents are from the south side of Chicago, so I was born and raised White Sox fan, and they didn't like the Cubs too much.
How was that World Series for you?
It was fun. 2005, being able to watch all that World Series and all the guys on the team. My family used to go down to spring training every year, so it was a pretty cool experience. See the guys during spring training that year, and eventually win a World Series championship.
Who was your favorite? Give me some of your favorite baseball players growing up as a kid.
I love watching Pedroia and Ian Kinsler and Derek Jeter. Those are three infielders. And then probably from that 2005 White Sox team, since we were talking about it. Huge fan of Scott Podsednik.
Okay.
Love the way he played the game.
You like those gritty players.
Yeah, gritty guys. They're going to get after it on a daily basis and, play the game hard.
You mentioned going to spring training with your family as a kid. How else did you fall in love with the sport of baseball?
I think, the spring training really, really pushed it, and it was always really important to my family. Between the vacation, to spring training, which we'd get up and go to the minor league side, in the morning, and then go to the big league game at night. Kind of like the life I'm living now. And then, just through all the tournaments and travel around the country with my family, we always had a lot of fun with it and bonded over it. So, I think that's how I fell in love with the game.
Is that surreal to you? Because some guys that become big leaguers or are part of a minor league area in baseball, they didn't necessarily love professional baseball as a kid, but you were one of those kids that was going to spring training, asking for everyone's autographs, and now you're in that spot of having the potential to become a big league player. Is that at all a little bit surreal for you?
Yeah, it is. I have so many memories, of watching the minor league side when I was a little kid, guys would break bats and come over and hand them to me, or my mom was always taking pictures, and we'd print them out and try and get them autographed. I'm in that spot now, so it's a really surreal, pretty cool opportunity that I got to experience when I was a little kid, and I get to experience now in a different setting.
Now, I always like asking guys that are trying to become a big leaguer this type of question. We all know everyone growing up as a kid wants to be a baseball player, wants to be a football player, basketball player. And then eventually, for most, we realize, okay, I'm not that good enough to be a big league baseball player and do this for a profession. When did you realize, okay, this may not just be something I enjoy doing, this is something I'm really darn good at?
That's a tough question. Probably, maybe my sophomore year of college, end of my freshman year, I'd say. Because out of high school, I didn't get any looks for the draft or anything, and I was set on going to college, probably being there for 4 years, getting my degree and playing baseball. But I had a lot of success. I think contributed to the Louisville baseball program where I played at University of Louisville. I really developed.
That's how you went to the school. When
you say it the right way.
Not Louisville.
Yeah,
Louisville.
Yeah.
Like that.
But the development I went through there, my freshman year and my sophomore year, I think that really, made me a lot better player and helped me realize that I've always had this dream of playing in the big leagues, and it helped me keep working my way to that dream.
Talking to Nick Solak right now on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. The day you got drafted, you don't have to wait that long. Only the second round. It may have felt like it was a little bit long, but you don't have to wait too long in the large scheme of things. What do you remember about being drafted by the Yankees?
Yeah, we had a pretty big draft party at Louisville. We had a ton of guys go that first day, a couple first-rounders. So those guys got picked ahead of me. I remember, how excited they were, how awesome it was. Guys that I'd played with, came to school with, before my freshman year. To watch them get drafted, and then eventually in the second round to hear Andy Pettitte, walk out onto the screen and announce my name, and that I was drafted by the New York Yankees was another surreal moment. It's such an honor to be, drafted by an organization like this, to have my name announced by a player like that. It was really cool.
This is as prestigious of an organization as it gets. Do you feel that? Do you feel the history in this organization?
Absolutely. Everywhere you walk, whether it's at the spring training complex, at all the affiliates, you're reminded of the great players that have played here and the championships that have been won. It's really cool to be able to see that posted everywhere, all around clubhouses and offices and everything, and it helps you remind you where you're at and where you want to eventually work towards.
How about right now, this current state of the Yankees organization? Because people thought this was going to be a down year for the Yankees, including myself, and oh boy, were we wrong, because they're going to be going to the postseason this year. I know they still have to clinch and everything, but this is a team that's going to be in the postseason, and the youngsters that are dominating, Judge, Sanchez, it's pretty fun to watch. And moving forward, you see an organization and a team like the Thunder right now, 41 games over 500 with 9,000 roster moves. It tells you the depth in this organization is very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Big league team, they're a lot of fun to watch, and I think the success of those young guys at that level, and all the minor league levels, I think says a lot about the development in the organization. That's one thing that I've been impressed with, and honored to be able to work with the staff that they have around on a daily basis. At Instructional League last year, at spring training, you get to work with the best of the best, and a group of coaches and development personnel that really want to push you to help you achieve your dreams.
Out of all those Yankees greats, have you got a chance to meet a few of them? I know Reggie Jackson works very closely with the team, so how about some of those greats?
Yeah, Reggie Jackson's been around. Last year at Instructs, got to hear Andy Pettitte speak.
Wow.
Nick Swisher was around, hanging out. He was at spring training too. Tino Martinez. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but
what do you ask those guys?
I like to always know what they did on a daily basis. How they prepared to play every single day, what their routine was like, because they had success over such a long period of time, and they were very consistent, all of them, in their careers. So you just want to know, how they were able to have that success on such a consistent basis.
Now, you could steal bases. You are someone that could also hit for average, could hit for power. We've been seeing that this year. If no one has ever seen you play, tell me from defense and an offensive perspective, who is Nick Solak?
I'd like to, a fan that was watching the game to say, man, that guy plays really hard. He's hustling on and off the field. He's doing everything he can to help the team win. I think that, above, everything else, that's my favorite part of my game. Just the ability to go out there every day and, give it everything I got to help the team win. And then, offensively and defensively, a guy that's going to compete in the box, hit the ball in the gaps, and who's going to make some nice plays in the field to take some runs away from the other team.
Did you get a chance to see the brawl yesterday in the Yankees game?
Yeah, we were watching it in the clubhouse.
Your reaction to the brawl? Or the multiple brawls that we saw yesterday?
Yeah, I just see it was, pretty heated. You don't know what's said or anything in something like that. And I've never been a part of anything like that, so it's hard. It's hard to say anything like from the outside looking in, but it was kind of crazy.
What's the one thing when you look at your game? And I feel like you're the type of kid that would say, I got to improve on everything. That's what I could just tell by your personality right now, and it just shows how good of a teammate you are. As we're talking to Nick Solak, wrap it up right now on the Zach Gelb Show. What's that one thing, though, that when you're about to go to bed at night, you go, I really need to improve that element of my game?
Yeah, we've, I've had the opportunity to work with Lino Diaz here in Trenton on my defense. Just overall, my ability to get to more balls in the hole, to make every single play. I think my defense is one thing that I continually want to improve. But, yeah, like you said, you can get better at everything every day. And that's my mindset, to show up to the ballpark and just try and improve a little bit every single day to get better.
Now, the infield is crowded in this organization with Glaber. It's his bobblehead night tonight. You also have Didi. Castros have been having an unbelievable year, and you could just go on and on and on. And first baseman, they got to find someone, but you have Bird, you have Austin, you have some guys. Do you play other positions? Have you been trying to get some reps at other positions?
I've played other positions in the past. In college, I played left field. High school, I played shortstop. But, just right now I'm focused on playing second base. And, if anybody asks, I'll play wherever to help a team win.
All right, let's end you on a fun one. We'll go quick questions. We just got to get to know you a little bit more. Your walk-up song.
When I got here, I hadn't picked one, so they got me walking out to John Cena's song.
That's great. Biggest fear in life?
Ooh. As I've gotten older, I've been more afraid of heights.
Okay.
That's one thing that.
So you're not going ziplining, is what you're
telling me?
No,
I'm not doing anything like that.
Would you go ziplining to win the Yankees a World Series?
Yes, I would do that.
Favorite football team?
Chicago Bears.
Okay. Who's your favorite football player growing up?
Brian Urlacher.
Can't go wrong with him.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
Except Tom Brady once juked Brian Urlacher so bad. I remember that Patriot Bears game.
Yeah.
Who's going to win Mayweather and McGregor?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think Mayweather will win. I think it'll be a fun fight to watch.
But you want to see McGregor win?
I want to see a good fight.
Okay, fair enough. If you weren't in baseball, what would you be doing for a living?
Probably a lawyer.
Give me the argument right now. We're in a court case. Argue why Nick Solak should be called up to the MLB real soon.
Because he's going to do everything he can to help a team win.
Very nicely said. All right. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Okay. What toppings?
Pepperoni. And this is actually kind of surprising. After playing at Staten Island, but being from Chicago, I like New York pizza better than Chicago
Smart
pizza.
Man. You're 110% right. One more thing. I have two more questions for you. with Louisville. Let me say that correctly. Best food in Louisville.
Pretty good barbecue. I think that there's a lot of good restaurants, spread out through the city. Some hidden gems, but they got good barbecue down there.
And I'll end you on this, and think about it because it's a tough one to answer. You could go to dinner with 3 people. They could be dead or alive any time. 3 people. Who are the 3 people you go with? This always stumps everyone.
Yeah, this is a good one. Muhammad Ali,
Great answer.
Abraham Lincoln,
That's one of my 3 as well.
and third one, Michael Jordan.
Okay. You could add a lady to the conversation. Who's one female that you take to dinner? Like, to me, it's Beyonce because she's smoking hot. Like, just being honest with you.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I'm going to think about that.
Come on, you got to have a celebrity crush or something as a kid.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, good
Jennifer
enough.
Lawrence.
Nick Solak, great stuff. Continued success. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We'll take a quick break here on the Zach Gelb Show. We'll be back.